Hey everyone, Retire on Dividends here. I'm back to make another update to the weekly series called Dry, where we compare Defiance versus Roundhill versus YieldMax, but only on the ETFs that have daily trades, daily covered calls for the most part. Obviously, we have other things such as like YBIT, YBTC now and all that, but anyway, newcomers to the show here. The one from last week, but if you go to YieldMax website, they have a little 0DTE ETF section. So now I have to cover SDTY and QDTY. I have to. They basically do what Roundhill does. So they're going to be added to the mix. And yes, they're finally updating on Google Sheets, which is good. They didn't pay a distribution yet because they're too new. But yes, they will be part of the Dry series. Hence the Y for YieldMax. So I can still call it Dry. However, the D in Dry is getting a little creative here. And they're trying to launch another crazy batch of funds. These are the lightning spread income funds, 0DTE funds. NASDAQ 100, S&P 100, Russell. So, what is this? Well, I don't know. For one, it looks like daily income. If it's daily income, I'm probably not tracking it because then I got to put a freaking payment every day. So, again, that's just the type of work I'm not interested in. If they pay once a week, I'll definitely include it. They pay daily. I mean, they could be in its own little category, but I don't know, man. Something to look at, look forward to. They're going to do 0DTE, but spreads, right? Put spreads or whatever. So I don't know. Take a look. If you guys are interested, someone posted this in my Discord. If you're in the Discord, you can go check it out. All right. Now let's move on. Let's get to the fun part. All right. Here we go. So let's start on the QQQY versus QDTE tab. Even though we have QDTY. So at this point, we're just going to have to call it the NDX tab. What is the NDX? NASDAQ. All right? Simple enough. So from last week, though, let's see. Nope. Okay, so they launched earlier in the week, so they were not. I have this gap, but it's from the other fund, not this one, SDTY. All right, so starting fresh. Anything that's not in blue, we did not cover. So let's start out this week. We had a full week. So Monday, the NASDAQ went up 1.24%. QQQY, that's a Defiance fund, they went up 0.6%. QDTE, Roundhill fund, went up 1.26%. QDTY wasn't available yet. So QDTY for the win. And again, on larger up days, especially 1% and higher, Roundhill will typically dominate Defiance. But, most of us do know that by now. All right, let's go to Tuesday. The NASDAQ went down 0.29%. QQQY went down 0.03%. QDTE went down 0.1%. So it looks like QQQY for the win on the Tuesday. Wednesday, NASDAQ went back up a little, 0.12%. QQQY went up 0.33%, and QDTE actually went down. That's interesting. Down 0.07%. So QQQY for the win. On the Thursday, here we go. Big up day. NASDAQ went up over 1 again, 1.43%. QQQY, they're limited on that. They went up 0.58%. QDTE went up 1.07%. And QDTY launched that day. Nothing to compare it to, but they launched at $50.23. By the way, I never talk about the distributions, usually just the yield, but QQQY did pay 22 cents versus QDTE's 25 cents. And then on Friday, the NASDAQ went down. NASDAQ went up 0.38%. QQQY went up 0.46%. And QDTE went up 0.42%. Oh, wait, we have a third. QDTE, oh my God. They came in and they whooped ass day one. up 1.13%. Look at that domination. Domination. However, little cheat here. This is the open price, not the close price. The other ones are the close price. So if there's upside from the day prior, it's kind of in there. So technically, I probably should have done an open 213 and a closed 213, but whatever. Hey, we'll give them the win. We'll give them the win. Well, welcome to the battle. All right. Now, let's go to the S&P 500 comparison, where SDTY is the newer fund. Now, we're going to call this, what are we going to call this? S&P? Sure, S&P, whatever. Anything short, right? Short and sweet. So this is from last week, so I figured I'd keep it just to see if they'd win. So they launched, yeah, they didn't win anyway. So let's highlight that blue so we can leave that be. But at least we have a fresh, they're in it from the whole week, which is awesome. And let's see who wins this battle. All right, the S&P, again, I don't really, just so you guys don't know, I updated the sheets, but I don't really look at the battles because I try to be surprised as I'm recording to keep it, somewhat fun. S&P 500 went up 0.67% on the Monday. WDTE, which is Defiance, went up 0.72%, so it beat the index. XDTE went up 0.7%, also beat the index. SDTY went up 0.74%, also beat the index. All three of these beat the index, and guess what? SDTY for the win. YieldMax fund for the win. Oh, damn. All right, Tuesday, S&P went up 0.03%. WDTE did the same. It went up 0.03%. XDTE went up 0.12%. And SDTY went up 0.18%. So SDTY 2-0 so far. They said, screw you guys. I'm going to come disrupt the hell out of this crap. All right. Wednesday, let's see. S&P went down 0.27%. This is typically where Defiance wins. Let's see. Defiance went up 0.25%. XDTE went down 0.38%. SDTY went down 0.28%. Because again, SDTY and Roundhill, they're pretty much the exact same fund. It's just a matter of what strike prices they choose and when they do it. But obviously, SDTY did better than XDTE. However, both of them went down and the Defiance fund went up. So Defiance won. WDTE for the win. Thursday, S&P went up 1.04%. So typically Defiance will lose this one. Let's see. Yep, Defiance only went up 0.09%. So it's a battle of these two. XDTE went up 0.6% and SDTY went up 0.82%. So SDTY for the win. Again, 3 wins. So they pretty much won the week, but we'll go through the Friday. S&P went down 0.01%. WDTE went up 0.28%. XDTE went up 0.16%. And SDTY, oh, you screwed it up. You screwed it all up. You went down 0.14%. It's okay. WDTE for the win. So, who won the battle? Well, SDTY. SDTY 3 wins. WDTE 2 wins. Did I even say who won this freaking battle? I feel like I rushed through this. Holy crap. QQQY. No. It's a tie. QQQY 2 wins, QDTE 2 wins, and 1 win for QDTY. I feel like I skipped that whole part. All right, anyway, let's go to the Russell. RDTY is the Russell version. It is not out yet. I'm sure it'll launch pretty soon. They seem to be launching one a week, so maybe it'll come out next week, and then I'll have more work to do updating the spreadsheet. But for now, I'm not adding it until it's out. Maybe it'll come out later. I don't know. I'm not ruining my spreadsheet just yet. The Russell on Monday went up 0.36%. IWMY went up 0.6%. RDTE went up 0.59%. So IWMY for the win. Tuesday, Russell went down 0.53%. IWMY went down 0.4%. RDTE went down a little more at 0.44%. So IWMY for the win. Russell went down the next day on the Wednesday, 0.87%. IWMY went down as well, but only 0.27%, and RDTE went down more, 0.84%. So IWMY for the win. Thursday, the Russell went up 1.17%. IWMY went up 0.7%, but RDTE went up more, of course, 1.08%, as expected. Friday, Russell went down 0.1%. IWMY went up 0.2%. RDTE went down 0.02%. So IWMY for the win. So IWMY 4 wins versus RDTE's 1 win. All right, let's continue the fun. And now we're going to compare YMAX versus YMAG. I did not add a third. Not going to rush it. I thought about Ulti, but you know what? I want to get someone other than YieldMax in there. So if one of these others come out with a fund of funds, I think that would be cool. But until then, I don't know. We'll see. Anyway, Monday, YMAX went up 1.4%. YMAG, 0. Seriously? Is that even accurate? Whatever, man. So YMAX for the win. All right, Tuesday, YMAX went down 1.56%. YMAG only went down 0.33%, so YMAG for the win. Wednesday, YMAX went up 1.16%. YMAG went up 0.17%, so YMAX for the win. And then we got, we're up to Thursday. YMAX went up 1.15%. YMAG went up 1.11%, so YMAX for the win. And then YMAX went up 0.72%, and YMAG went up 0.38% on the Friday. I'm losing my train of thought. Not sure why, but YMAX for the win yet again. 4 wins for YMAX this week versus YMAG's one win. Ever since sometimes I hit record, I'm like, oh my God, did the record button actually show that the mic was muted or not? That always happens because for some reason the phone likes to play games with you and sometimes unhighlights the mic, right? Like who the hell would want to record without the mic? I don't know. It defaults to unhighlighted. Anyway, you guys don't care about that. Up next is YBTC versus YBIT. All right. So again, the underlying is IBIT. So let's get to it. Monday, IBIT went up a lot, 1.67%. YBIT went up 2.86%. YBTC only went up 0.55%. So YBIT for the solid win right there. The next day, IBIT went down 2.29%. YBIT went down 2.12%. YBTC did not go down as much. It went down 1.91%. So YBTC for the win. Wednesday, IBIT went up 1.94%. YBIT captured 1%, but YBTC captured 2.72%. Well, damn. Thank you, YBTC. And then on Thursday, IBIT went down 0.76%. YBIT not updated or 0, showing 0. I have no idea why. Whatever. So it's 0. And then YBTC went down 1.7%. So, hey, I'll take it. YBIT for the win. IBIT, Friday it went up 1.08%. YBIT only captured 0.33%. YBTC captured that and then some, 1.94%. YBTC for the solid win right there. So YBTC overall is the winner. 3 wins versus 2 wins for YBIT. All right, now we're going to get to the yield war, all right? Yield war. I always feel like I should have sound effects for these wars. Yield war, NAV war. Too bad I'm not creative enough and have any sound effects. So all you get is me making noises. Hopefully that's acceptable. Anyway, so let's see the yield war. Top 3, just go off right off the bat. YBIT is still number 1. Again, they pay every 4 weeks, so we have to use their latest payment. But they're still showing an 84% yield. Number 2 is IWMY with a 52% yield. And number 3 is YMAX with a 47% yield. And I'm just going to read off the others because sometimes I don't. QQQY, 38% yield this week. QDTE, 32% yield this week. WDTE, 30% yield this week. XDTE, 24% yield this week. RDTE, 32.7% yield this week. YMAG, 14% yield. And YBTC, 31% yield. Now, we're going to talk NAV war. Okay, here we go. So I have this cutoff line right here. What does that mean? That means that this is where we're starting over. at least until whatchamacallit. Well, actually, where is... Did I not add... Yeah, I didn't add the NAVOR for these guys. Oh my god, I forgot. NDXI. All right, hold on a second. If you copy this, paste, right, and you go to here, what column are they? J. So you click here, and they are column J. Turn. What in the hell? Is this not in the proper format either? How does that happen? Number format. You know, I thought I rushed this too, and I'm like, what in the... Some NDX J129, 135. Some NDX 129. How is that such a high percent? Oh, wrong column. Oh my God. L. I did just wake up from a nap, so excuse my sleepiness. Yes, I got a freaking nap, and finally. Oh wow, 1.13%. Hopefully not. These are not one of the top three, or else I'm gonna have to redo some highlighting. Did I paste that properly? Crap. Okay, I did. All right, so that's probably L as well, but you want to make sure. We go here, we click the S&P, and that is column L. Yep. All right, apologize for having to do this, but now you see what I go through. So it's stuck on J because the copy over. So take out J, put in L. Take out J, put in L. Okay, 1.32. All right, now back to our regular scheduled program. Top three NAVOR, yeah. Okay, YMAX, no, I'm sorry. The NASDAQ took the win. So the NASDAQ took the win with a 2.88% increase for the week. YMAX number 2, 2.86% increase. And then QDTE number 3, 2.58% increase. So some of the other notables, we'll just go through them. QQQY did go up 1.94%. QDTY, kind of half a week, but they went up 1.13%. All right, S&Ps now. S&P 500 went up 1.47%. WDTE went up 1.37%. XDTE went up 1.21%. And SDTY 1.32%. A lot of people say XDTE is the best fund out there, but this week, not only did Defiance beat them, but newcomer YieldMax SDTY beat them. Not STDY, SDTY. All right, no confusion there. All right, Russell went up 0.02%, so not great. But IWMY said, don't worry about it. I'll go up 0.84%, and RDTE went up 0.37%. YMAX, again, one of the top three, up 2.86%, but YMAG only went up 1.33%. And then we got IBIT went up 1.63%. YBIT went up 2.07%, pretty good. And then YBTC went up 1.6%. So overall, not too bad. Guess what, guys? Total return is going to change only because we have two new funds. So I'm putting the date of the latest fund. And of course, yes, we're going to have RDTY. So this date's going to change again, but that should be it for a while. I don't plan on keep adding new funds. Again, unless those Defiance ones fit the mold. But for now, our total return is now as of February 13th. So that being said, that was basically this week. We can do like a restart. Everyone gets a restart. It's as of a certain date. How we doing? All right. Total return QQQY 1.51%. QDTE 1.85%. QDTY 1.33%. So QDTE for the win. Did they beat the index? Yes, they did. The index went up 1.51%. All right, what about the S&P funds? WDTE total return 1.55%. XDTE went up 1.13%. SDTY went up 0.32%. So WDTE took the win in total return, and they beat the index. Yes, they did. All right, up next, the Russells. IWMY went up 1.72%. RDTE went up 1.23%. Both of them beat the Russell. The Russell only went up 0.67%, but IWMY is the leader in total return. YMAX versus YMAG versus MAGs. All right, YMAX went up 2.67%. YMAG went up 1.45%, and MAGs went up 1.96%. So YMAX is the clear winner. It beat the MAGs as well. Now here we go, crypto party. YBIT went up 0.33%. YBTC went up a hell of a lot more, 2.37%. And IBIT went up 1.39%. So YBTC, clear winner there. All right, now we have the assets under management war. All right, so who went up and who? Outstanding shares-wise, no change on QQQY, no change on QDTE. I know that's unusual. QDTY, I'm showing, though, has 50,000 outstanding shares. I didn't have them last week, so obviously that's a change of 50,000. All right. Net asset change for QQQY and QDTE did go up based on, obviously, the price moving up, the NAV moving up. WDTE, no change. XDTE, 160,000 outstanding shares increased. SDTY, again, brand new, 125,000 outstanding shares so far. We'll see how that progresses. And then we go to the Russells. IWMY, no change. RDTE, no change. YMAX, there's always a change. Increase of 1.275 mil. YMAG, no change. Wow, that's interesting. YBIT, yes, increase of 425,000 outstanding shares. And YBTC, increase of 230,000 outstanding shares. So what is the largest net asset value? Let's see. QDTE is 774 and YMAX is 825. So YMAX is the largest fund of the bunch. They're about to hit a bill. Maybe they'll hit it next week. You never know. Now down here, obviously we add up everything, all the totals, which we did now. We now have two new YieldMax funds. So for Defiance, we have what, three? We have three Defiance, and we have four Roundhill, and now we have what, 2, 3, 4, 5 YieldMax. Should probably put the number to the right so we know. But overall, I mean, more importantly, I'm just going to track the total. All of these funds put together, $3.1 billion. So if you think about it, these options ETFs, these are growing rapidly, taking over the market. The market's not going to like it because good old VU, good old SCHD, they're not going to like it, all right? They're going to come back and they're going to fight for their money back, right? Because some of this money, this had to come from somewhere. And these options ETFs, man, they are making some noise. So there's going to be a bigger war, right? But we'll see. And we'll add those funds when the time comes. And by then, maybe I'll be retired and I'll have more time to make freaking dry series every day, right? Anyway, let's see finals. So average yield, I'm going to keep that. That's going to be since I started tracking them all. Total NAV, though, that's going to restart as well because, as you know, we have a restart date. So let's just take a look. QQQY average yield 40%, total NAV return 1.9%. QDTE average yield 37.9%, total NAV increase 2.6%. QDTY, no average yield because they haven't paid. They probably won't pay next week either, but total NAV increase 1.1%. WDTE average yield 30%, total NAV increase 1.4%. XDTE average yield 27%, total NAV increase 1.2%. And again, this is as of the latest launch date which is the QDTY fund. SDTY, no payment yet. Total NAV increase of 1.3%. IWMY average yield 49.8%. Total NAV increase 0.8%. RDTE average yield 36.9%. Total NAV increase 0.4%. YMAX average yield is 54%, solid 2.86% NAV increase. YMAG Average yield 44%. Total NAV increase 1.33%. Average yield for YBIT is 76%. Total NAV increase 2.07%. And then YBTC average yield is 57%, 1.6% in total NAV appreciation. So you gotta love it. All right, guys. That's it for the dry series. Pretty quick, I think, right? I don't know, man. Maybe not quick enough. But of course, as always, this is not financial advice. I am not a financial advisor. This video is for fun and entertainment. So hopefully you had fun. Hopefully you were entertained. If not, we will try again next week. We'll try harder next week. We'll do what we can next week. Hopefully we don't have RDTY next week. But if we do, I'll add it. I'll do it. All right. This was not meant to be a gigantic spreadsheet, but it's becoming a gigantic spreadsheet. Yeah. But it is what it is, man. Every single company, they want a piece of the action. And guess who's going to get our money? The best performing fund. So that's the idea of this. You could see how each of these perform in various market conditions, right? When the NASDAQ goes up, when the NASDAQ goes down, when the NASDAQ is flat. So what is, then you could, research yourself. What overall, what is the NASDAQ averaging, right? On a day-to-day basis, what's their average fluctuation? And then maybe take that and say, okay, if their average fluctuation is under 1%, which fund do I prefer, right? I don't know. Think of it that way. Think of it the other way. Think of that way. Think of it however you want. But the beauty of this video is I'm just showing you the data. You could take this data and do whatever the hell you want with it. But again, I'm just hopefully this helps me, of course, because I do invest in, I'm not going to say all of them because I did not buy the new YieldMax funds. I didn't even think about it, to be honest. But I do own everything else, well, except YBIT, of course. But yeah, because I like weekly income. These funds are working daily for me, and they pay me a weekly income, which helps pay some of my bills. So that's why I invest in them. I mean, there's no harm in adding the YieldMax ones, but it's kind of overlap with Roundhill. So unless they somehow prove that they're that much better, there's really no reason, to replace it. I don't know. We'll see how things go, right? What do you guys think? Are you buying YieldMax ones over Roundhill? Or are you keeping Roundhill over YieldMax? Or is it the same crap, do you think? Or do you want to give it time like me and see if one outperforms the other? I think it's going to be a key competition between the Roundhill and the YieldMax funds especially. I know a lot of people kind of gave up on Defiance already, but I still think they have their days, obviously. They do outperform the other funds on certain days. And what kills them, though, is the big up days, unfortunately. So if we don't have any of those big up days for a long period of time, Defiance will outperform, and they will, and they do well. But again, the market markets, and what can you do? So we'll see how the trends go and see how the kind of restart on the total return goes for them as well. Give them a chance now that we have new funds to restart the competition. All right, guys, on that note, I think I said it. I don't even know. As always, not financial advice, not financial advisor. You know what to do. Do your own research, guys. Seriously, all these funds are high risk, high reward, but pick and choose the one that helps you sleep at night, or maybe you can sleep a little better at night. I don't know. Because again, these aren't your average funds. These are different. These are options ETFs. But they're sure as hell fun to me. If you have any questions or concerns, leave them down below. Feedback is always appreciated. So if you do like this series, believe me, I like the positive feedback. Or if there's negative, I'll take that as well. Whatever you want to provide, I'm grateful. If you enjoy this content, please hit the like button. That way, YouTube knows it, and they can spread the dry series around. This video does decent, but not as good as my daily videos. But I'm thinking this should be more popular. Maybe it's when I launch it. I don't know. What do you guys think? How do we get this video out there to be more popular? You guys let me know. All right, guys, that's all I got for today. This is my third video of the day, so I'm gonna wrap it up there. I just wanted to say thank you guys for watching, and I hope you have a great day. Later.